gentlemen, we are going to conclude week 185.
185.
145. That's the one I meant. 145.
We're in the future.
We're going to conclude week 145. We're also going to conclude week 185.
In 40 weeks.
In 40 weeks. But we're going to conclude week 145. And boy, do we have a treat in store for you.
Yes, so be sure to stay tuned past NXT results because this is something you're not going to get from any other wrestling channel.
Yeah. It's not going to be the dirt sheets.
No.
It's not going to be on YouTube. And it sure as hell ain't going to be on the network.
Yeah. It's legit. We found it on eBay.
For real.
But let's talk about NXT real quick. Next week's going to be the go-home NXT to NXT Takeover Orlando.
Yeah.
So we're getting some more build this week. We also got some really great matches. We knew last week we were going to get Andrade Cien Almas versus Oney Lorcan.
Yeah, which we've seen twice before.
But damn, do they have fucking awesome matches together.
Yeah.
These two went balls to the wall and beat the fuck out of each other. Every strike had a sound, and it sounded like 3 people hitting someone at the same time. It was so much noise. Oney Lorcan with his fucking crazy eyes.
And his growling.
It's just weird animal noises that he makes.
I thought, I've been thinking to myself, if NXT was going to have a presence at WrestleMania, I was like, if NXT was just going to send a match to WrestleMania the night after TakeOver, what combination of, Nakamura and Bobby Roode, or Ty Dillinger, or Cassius Ohno, or whoever would it be. And then I watched this match and I went, they should just do Oney Lorcan versus Andrade Almas.
This match legit could have been on any pay-per-view, including WrestleMania, because this was awesome. Both of them did not slouch at all. There's a couple of little flubs here and there, but they did so much in the match that it completely masked those few small moments. Lorcan with his fucking flipping senton to the outside from the top rope.
The awesome backdrop counter into the running blockbuster.
Yeah. And then Andrade fucking, the clotheslines he was throwing some fucking lariats in this match. It was insane. And after one of those lariats, Andrade did end up hitting his hammerlock DDT, and Andrade Cien Almas defeated Oney Lorcan. And just a little while later, we'd find out that Andrade Cien Almas will face the debuting Aleister Black at NXT TakeOver Orlando. So, for one person who debuted just a few takeovers ago will now face the newest debut in Aleister Black.
Yeah.
So that should be fun.
Ollie fucking Black.
Speaking of TakeOver, we got DIY and the Revival's thoughts on their Triple Threat Tag Team Elimination match for the NXT Tag Team titles. DIY talking about grinding their way through the last 12 years of their professional wrestling careers and looking to get back the NXT championships. And the Revival talking about how they're going to walk out of this match being the greatest tag team of all time and a 3-time NXT Tag Team champions. So, both teams very confident. We didn't get any words from Paul Ellering nor the Authors of Pain, but that's right, we are going to get a triple threat match next week where one member of each team will be representing their respective tag team. We'll have Akam, Johnny Gargano, and Dash Wilder in a triple threat match.
It's going to be a weird match.
It's going to be...
I'm going to be real, the premise of these 3 teams facing each other works a lot better as a tag team match.
Yes,
I think it will as a singles triple threat match.
I think the only person that's going to really hold their own in this is going to be Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Because we know he can run as a singles star. I don't think we've seen either Akam or Rezar in a singles match.
No, none of the others of Pain have only exclusively had tag team matches so far.
And as far as I know, I don't think I've ever seen Dash Wilder in a singles match. I've seen Scott Dawson do plenty of...
End of days.
That. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
If we've ever seen Dash Wilder in a singles match, it was probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Jobbing out quickly to somebody like Bull Dempsey or Baron Corbin.
Probably. Also next week, after Cassius Ohno was leaving the arena last week, after his loss to Bobby Roode, he was confronted by Elias Sampson, who decided he wanted to sing a song. Cassius Ohno wanted to kick his ass, and so they agreed to a loser leaves NXT match.
Yeah, Elias Sampson very brazenly told Cassius Ohno he thinks he didn't belong in NXT.
Yeah, which, sure, he lost his first match back, but it was a championship match against Bobby Roode. So...
And when's the last time you've beaten a champion, Elias Sampson?
Mic drop.
When's the last time you've been on TV, Elias Sampson?
Are the lights on? I'm seeing so much shade in here right now. Anyway, we had Asuka looking to send a message to Ember Moon, and that message was, "Watch me beat up Angel Rose." By the way, congratulations, TNA. One of the newest members of LAX over on TNA got her ass beat by Asuka.
Yeah, she was going under a different name for the match, but...
Yeah, they didn't even actually say her name, but...
Commentary people did.
It was indeed Angel Rose of LAX, and Asuka started the match by saying, "Ember Moon, this is your fate." She beat the shit out of Angel Rose, and then after...
See, I heard "this is your face," and then I thought it made a lot of sense when she walked over and kicked her directly in the face.
Each of the commentators heard something different. One person said hate, one person said fate, and one person said face.
See, I heard face.
I heard fate.
Both work.
They both were. Yeah, she beat the shit out of Angel Rose. Then she yelled in Japanese a lot, and then said, "No eclipse." So, she's pretty sure she's going to beat Ember Moon next Saturday at Takeover. So, we'll see how that goes.
I know exactly how she's going to make sure that no eclipse happens.
You have already called that. So
yeah, so it's on record.
It is on record.
The eclipse will be sat out into the Asuka lock.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll say it one more time next week when we do our predictions.
Damn straight.
All right, but our main event is a 6-man tag team match. Roderick Strong, Noe Jose, and Ty Dillinger taking on the 3 male members of Sanity in Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf,
and Nikki Cross.
Eric Young. Nikki Cross was at ringside. She did become a nuisance a couple of times. She ended up holding the leg of Noe Jose, allowing Alexander Wolf to get a shot.
By the way, the face team were in no mood to do any of their dancing or posturing to the crowd or 10 chants.
Noe Jose was in fight, not fiesta mode.
Yeah.
Roderick Strong was just like, motherfuckers.
Roddy versus the world.
Roddy versus the world. And Ty Dillinger was...
cranked up to 11.
Oh, shit. Man, you've been working on that? That was good. That was good. This was a great match. There was no lull moments in this match.
Yeah, I really expected Sanity to do the whole isolate one member of the team and work on them for the majority of the match. And it never really happened.
No, both teams got continuous tags.
Yeah.
It was constant. There was no stopping. The only thing that was kind of like stop and go was Eric Young didn't want to be in the ring with Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
That was about the only time where something stopped and turned into something else. But it got to a point where the animosity was so high that all 6 guys got back in the ring and were just throwing blows all around, and Drake just had to give up and stop the match.
Yeah.
The match had to be thrown out because there was literally no way he could get any semblance of order.
When you have 6 guys who really dislike each other, throwing blows in the ring, you need more than one referee to separate everyone.
Yeah. So this turned into...
everybody gets knocked out of the ring.
Except for Eric Young and Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger has been looking to get this final shot on Eric Young since their match at San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so he's set up. He's looking to hit the tiebreaker. waiting for Eric Young to get up, ends up getting Nikki Cross jumping on his back, and he's
like sleeper hold.
He's flailing around. He's trying to get at her, and she is latched on like a spider monkey. She is not going anywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was biting the back of his head either.
That's very possible.
She looks like a biter.
Ty Dillinger needed some help, and it wasn't No Way Jose, and it wasn't
who I still don't think is above punching Nikki Cross in the face.
No, because he was going to do it last week. It wasn't Roderick Strong, because he was actually dealing with some sort of knee issue.
Yeah,
that he got during the match.
He dove over the top rope onto Young and Wolf.
Yeah.
And immediately started favoring his knee. He kept getting back in the ring and wrestling.
Yeah.
And during the moments when he was wrestling, he looked fine. But it was like any time that he was on downtime for the match, he was like massaging his leg.
Yeah, you could see him like stretching it out while he was like while he was like standing in the corner and whatnot. But neither of them were there to help Ty Dillinger. But NXT newcomer Ruby Riott made her debut, ripped Nikki right off of Ty Dillinger's back, tossed her to the outside. Then there was the progressive elimination of all the members of Sanity. And Ruby Riott, a.k.a. Heidi Lovelace, has officially become the female counterpart to the problem that is Sanity. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. This is why I don't read what happens, because stuff like this gets me excited, and it's so cool to watch this happen. I don't know if we're going to get a match between Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross next week. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
We still don't know any other non-title matches for TakeOver except for Almas versus Black.
Yeah.
So we don't know if they're just going to... Maybe they're going to redo this 6-man tag match. Or if
I'd like to see them make it an 8-person mixed tag.
That would be fantastic.
Or intergender tag.
Yeah. Because No Way Jose really wants to punch Nikki Cross in the face. So...
And we know that Ruby Riott is not opposed to wrestling men.
No. She is well-versed, and she's good at it, and she wins a lot. So, what are they going to do? We don't know. We got one more week. Next week will be the go-home show, and then we will officially be on WrestleMania weekend.
You know what, though? Almas is already taken.
Yeah.
He's fighting Black, but I wouldn't mind seeing Oney Lorcan get a match.
Yeah. Who do you think it would be, though?
It's hard telling.
I mean, is there anyone... Okay, here's one thing, though. After, just a couple days after the return of Finn Balor, we also had the return of Hideo Itami. So Hideo could be showing up in some capacity. If Finn Balor, we haven't seen. I don't know if this was part of the tapings or whatnot, but we haven't seen the Finn Balor coming to the rescue of Shinsuke Nakamura, which was in a tag team match against, I believe, Bobby Roode and Andrade Cien Almas. So that could be what happens next week. Could set up.
Could have been a dark match.
Yeah. There could have been. There's so many things that could happen, and boy, am I so much more excited for NXT TakeOver than I am WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Looking at it, there are WrestleMania matches.
Yes.
That I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
But WrestleMania as a whole is still leaving me like, you could do so much better, WWE.
With twice as many matches and 3 times as much airtime, I'm more excited for the smaller show.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing, especially when the bigger show is WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But what are we going to do? We don't write WWE.
We don't.
But we could. You could hire us.
Vince?
We know you watch.
You're over in that corner, aren't you? Up there.
Just keep pointing. You'll eventually point at him. But that's it for NXT.
Oh, my God, testify.
All right. All right.
Before we move on to our exciting
Yeah.
special news, We do want to send our condolences out to Jim Ross and his family due to the tragic passing of his wife Jan, who we mentioned yesterday in our video, was struck by an automobile while riding her Vespa home from the gym.
Yeah.
Suffered multiple skull fractures.
Yeah, the swelling in her brain never subsided, and it was late Wednesday evening, right around 6 o'clock Pacific time, is when JR announced that the priest had given her her last rites and that she had passed away. So, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine the pain he's going through, especially with how hectic his wrestling related job has been. To have someone that has stuck by his side since 1993, that's a lot of time to spend with one person, and to have that person suddenly taken away from you, I can't even imagine that kind of pain.
Yeah, it's rough.
So, once again, I'll put all these links up. For those of you watching the video, you can see them. For those of you listening to the podcast, check the description. Links to JR's Twitter to send him some good words, some well wishes, things of that nature. WWE Shop and his personal website to buy barbecue items, his cookbook, different things like that, and his pro wrestling tee store. Support JR any way you can, because we can't do anything for Jan, but we can at least come together as a wrestling community and take care of JR, who we have appreciated for many years for his commentary and his love for the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Hate talking about death, but it happens. You know what else happened?
What?
Amongst the talks of sex tapes and all kind of the rigmarole backstage at WWE, there was an interesting little tidbit that popped up on YouTube about a little indie promotion from back in the 80s called Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Yeah, it wasn't a very well-known promotion.
No, it seemed like its tenure was very short-lived.
Yeah.
But we kind of
WWE found some tapes though.
Yeah, there was one specific tape that had a few different.
A lot of the promotional build-up for one of their big closed circuit cable events.
Yeah, it was Lethal Leap Year, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. It was supposed to take place in February of 1987. This is before I was even born.
Yeah, me either.
Sponsored by KFC, which is kind of interesting because WWE has such a close relation with KFC right now.
Yeah.
But with all of the talk about Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and I mean it was a very big topic for a few days. It's still being talked about right now. We got really into it. We've seen the videos a couple of times now, because we're wrestling nerds, because that's what we do. But we dug a little deeper than I think a lot of places have.
Yeah.
And
we really wanted to be the first to have an exclusive something about Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Yeah, because we knew there had to be more information than what WWE was giving us. So, we looked through other wrestling websites, some wrestling forums. Eventually, I don't know. What eventually led us to eBay?
Well, I think we were trying to get our hands on some sought-after, very rare, hard-to-find Southpaw Regional Wrestling merchandise.
Sure, because a lot of people with the hype, they were making their own T-shirts.
Yeah.
But we were kind of looking for the retro stuff, the stuff that was going to be sold at the event. Because essentially, the event never actually happened.
Yeah, because they were set to have Lethal Leap Year. That would have been on Sunday, February 29th.
Yeah.
Of 1987. Unfortunately, in 1987, February ended on Saturday the 28th.
Yeah, therefore, not a leap year, so the event didn't really make sense. They had a venue, they had a place
sponsors.
They had sponsors, they had a place to pick up tickets and all kinds of stuff. So we knew there had to be something out there. And, I guess eBay was the best way to go, because you can find all kinds of stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
People sell weird shit on eBay.
I even think I saw one of Lance Catamaran's used blazers.
Why didn't we buy that?
It was like $800.
Yeah, I don't have it.
And what we bought only cost about $15.50 with shipping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should reveal what we got then. Through the runaround of eBay, we got ourselves an entire format of how the show was supposed to run.
Yeah.
We saw the story build from matches between Tex Ferguson and Chad Too Bad. We saw the issues with the farm, and there's all these things. So this is a 9-page document with a lot of do a sponsor spot here, make sure this camera, blah blah blah. There's a whole ton of stuff that we didn't really need to read. Maybe we'll end up posting some pictures on our Instagram or something of the entirety of the packet here. But we wrote down some notes. Basically, we just kind of looked through and
the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is how the show was supposed to go.
This was the meat and potatoes of the way Leap Year was supposed to be presented.
Yeah, it was. It's what was supposed to happen. What the who was playing heel, who was playing babyface, where it was supposed to go, what angles were happening, and there's some really interesting names on this specifically.
Yeah.
Obviously there was going to be open with a promo from the champion John Johnson, who we know was going to be defending his championship in the 12-man Battle Royal.
The extremely exciting and overbearingly charismatic John Johnson.
I mean,
you saw him.
That mustache, man.
He's electric.
We also knew that there was going to be the debut of the Surfer Dudes with Attitudes.
Yeah. We found out about their match.
Yeah. What were their names again? Joel and Ryan. Surfer Joel and Surfer Ryan. They were supposed to take on Ringo Flake and Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because just based on their sponsorship, they couldn't afford Ric Flair. They had to get a Ric Flair impersonator. For their their wrestler meet and greet the day before the show. So the fact that they got Beautiful Bobby Eaton on this is amazing. But yeah, the Surfers were supposed to win.
Yeah.
They were supposed to come out on
tandem riding one surfboard.
One surfboard
that had wheels attached to get them
I feel
down
like that would
the
have
ring.
to be a really big surfboard.
Yeah, they make longboards.
I'm not a surfer. I don't know these things.
They were gonna win via a tandem missile dropkick off the second rope that was to be called the Hang 20.
That would have been a big move for the 80s. The missile dropkick. There weren't a lot of people jumping off the top rope.
Yeah.
So,
neither were these guys though. They were going off the middle rope.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, second rope. Playing it safe.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's really risky to try to have two guys balancing on the top rope next to each other.
It's true. Yeah, and Ryan is really big, so he.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have shoved Joel off, and it would have been
bad. That was supposed to be a good, quick, and easy debut for the Surfer Dudes.
Cool. Then obviously plugs for KFC throughout the night, because it's interesting that KFC was so big into professional wrestling back then, as they are now.
If anything goes with wrestling, it's fried foods.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hand in hand.
Yeah. So we had Lance Catamaran and Chet Cheddarfield talking more about the Ferguson versus Too Bad match.
Yep.
There's also a ladies' championship. Who the only lady we actually got to saw through the videos was Christian Joy.
Yeah, the valet of Big Bartholomew.
Yeah, but apparently Wendy Richter, who was supposed to be the ladies' champion, was supposed to beat Hawaiian Heaven Amber Coconut.
Yeah, who was the champion going into the
okay, so she was
Wendy
the
Richter
champion.
was supposed to become...
Oh, okay. Yeah, we never got to see Amber Coconut. I was not aware there was a championship for the ladies. That's That's awesome.
Progressive for the time, you know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be about a 6-minute match, so that's a good amount of time for ladies of the 80s.
Yeah. You're so proud you came up with that thing that rhymed.
I stole it from Pitch Perfect, so.
There you go.
Yeah, that's me. Let's see, what else was supposed to happen? Here, you want to read some of this stuff?
Yeah, sure.
What else were we supposed to get?
So there was going to be a backstage interview being composed by Clint Bobsky, who's their their ace backstage reporter.
He's good at his job, you know?
Interviewing Mr. McElroy, the banker, if you will.
Yeah.
Trying to find out about the sea creature, to which McElroy was only supposed to say lines around the idea that, like what he said in the initial promo, saying that he's a creature from the sea.
Which makes sense why he would call him the sea creature.
Bobsky was going to question Sea Creature's wrestling abilities, and McElroy was to say that he paid Killer Kowalski and Bruiser Brody to train the Sea Creature how to wrestle.
That's a terrifying duo to teach anyone how to wrestle.
Yeah. From there on, we move into the grudge match, which is going to be a no disqualification match.
Well, after sending Bad News Allen, Freddie Blassie, and Greg Valentine after Tex, this is the only way that Tex could really get any type of comeuppance on Chad Too Bad.
Tex Ferguson was scheduled to defeat Chad Too Bad after using his patented lariat and following it up by a big body slam onto a steel chair.
Ouch.
Match notes is going to go 18 minutes long, and both men were supposed to get color.
I mean, no blood in a grudge match like this, it makes sense.
Yeah. Then we're going to have a 15-minute intermission separating the rest of the card from the semi-main event and the main event.
Gotta give everybody a chance to cool down.
Where they're going to plug the concessions, raffle drawing for prizes, and autograph and photograph opportunities with the debuting Surfer Dudes with Attitudes, Lance Catamaran and Chet Cheddarfield, John Johnson, and Pelvis Wesley.
Wow.
Where you can get the autograph and pictures for $3 a piece. This is a Polaroid of you with the wrestler, with them autographing the Polaroid. $3 a piece or $5 for $10.
You have a Polaroid of you with someone, don't you?
I have a Polaroid of me and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
That's awesome. I have a Polaroid of me and the Bellas, because that was a thing at the Comic-Con I went to.
Yeah. Mine was like when I was 12. And it was like from a casino in California.
I was 26.
Not at the same time when I was 12.
No.
Trying to fight bag of sneeze here.
Want me to take over?
Yeah, take over for the Farmland Throwdown.
Okay, yeah, the Farmland Throwdown. If you saw the videos, you know that Mr. McElroy bought the farm that Christian Joy and Big Bart lived on and worked on, and so this big match was all about control and ownership of the farm. And then McElroy pulled the sea creature, so that ended up being the opponent for Big Bart. But apparently, we were supposed to get a ref bump spot where, while the referee was down, Big Bart couldn't get a pinfall, and then
after hitting his finishing move,
the Russell Buster. I can only imagine what that is. But apparently, Christian Joy was supposed to turn on Big Bart with a low blow and allowing Sea Creature to pick up the win as, what was it, McElroy? Yeah, McElroy was supposed to roll Sea Creature over onto Big Bart. A 12-minute match, which kind of leaves you with, why would Christian Joy turn on her cousin?
Yeah.
She was so upset about losing the fight. You know what? She is crazy, though.
Yeah, she said she's crazy.
It makes sense. Oh, man. All right, take it over?
Take over.
Battle Royal time.
The main event is that 12-man Battle Royal for the Southpaw Regional Wrestling Championship.
And from the videos, we only knew the three names going in. We knew that John Johnson was going to defend. Yeah. We're going to have Pelvis Wesley and La Barba Grande, the luchador.
Who was also, I think, making his debut for Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Yeah, he was making his debut. So we have 9 other names on here, and a lot of them are really interesting.
Yeah, so other people that we've had reference to in the videos that are appearing in this Battle Royal are Bad News Allen and Greg Valentine.
Oh, awesome.
But also Biff Slamkovich, Rex Beat, Matt Classic, Lester Crabtree, Atomic Mamba, King Corn Karn, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
What?
Yeah. Right out of the Freebirds.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Still no Ric Flair, though.
No, just the impersonator.
Couldn't afford Ric Flair.
Well, the dude was expensive. He's NWA World Champion.
I understand. Part of the Four Horsemen.
We have a note here that the final three were going to be John Johnson, Atomic Mamba, and Terry Gordy. Mamba and Gordy were supposed to go over to the top rope fighting each other, and then John Johnson was going to give him the double noggin knocker to knock him off the apron.
All right, so they had big
in a 20-minute long battle royal for 12 guys.
They had big plans for John Johnson. He was.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how long. I mean, with all the charisma that just oozed off of that guy, plus that stash, like, can you imagine how long he would have been champion? He would have given Ric Flair a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. If Southpaw Regional Wrestling had a more coverage, he could have been as popular, if not more popular, than Hulk Hogan.
Well, his promos were way better than Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was never a fan of Hulk Hogan, and I like John Johnson's totally the guy that I would have rooted for.
Yeah, and then we have a note here that's saying that Chet Shetterfield and Lance Catamaran were going to sign off from the event, but would be alerting us to commotion going on backstage.
So back to Clint Bobsky.
Yeah, Clint Bobsky in the locker room during the celebration between Mr. McElroy, the Sea Creature, and Christian Joy, where Bobsky is supposed to ask Christian Joy why she turned on Big Bartholomew, but McElroy answers for her, saying his signature catchphrase, "Isn't it obvious? There's a cash value for everyone." And then it would fade to black with him laughing and pressing his mustache onto his face.
That's slimy banker.
So approximately it's supposed to run about an hour and 45 minutes.
I mean,
so an hour and a half if you cut out the intermission.
I mean, can you imagine what would have come from this? We obviously would have had a return match between Sea Creature and Big Bart.
Yeah.
Big Bart having to find someone to help him in this obviously one-sided affair. How great could the Surf Dudes have been?
Oh, so dynamic.
With I see what you're doing.
Rock and rolled all night.
I mean, starting off with a win over someone like Bobby Eaton and Ringo Flake. He never really went anywhere, did he?
No.
Unfortunate. I mean, that would have been a great win. John Johnson, obviously, big plans for him to be champion. Wendy Richter carrying the ladies' championship.
Yeah.
There would have been big things for Southpaw Regional Wrestling. I mean, I wonder if they went completely under. Could they have
I feel like
they could have done other shows.
I feel like they probably did more after this, but this was not getting to do their Lethal Leap Year pay-per-view was what caused them not to be able to move on to the next level of coverage for the world. They
didn't become the hot spots like Smoky Mountain and places like that. So.
Yeah, Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, they were close to Georgia Championship. They were in Mobile.
I think so.
Yeah,
Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah,
because I mean we got the shipping tag on the envelope that came from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
The eBay seller was Sparky Plug 15.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We're gonna have to look for more. We're gonna have to see if there was any other type of plans for.
Could you imagine a feud between the Surfer Dudes, and if Tex Ferguson and Chad Too Bad reunited as a tag team?
Do you think there's a chance they could have reunited though after that bloodbath?
The bloodbath that never happened? Absolutely.
I don't know. Chad.
Weirder things have happened in the world of professional wrestling.
It's true. Well,
We'll never know.
You heard it here first. What was supposed to happen at Lethal Leap Year from Southpaw Regional Wrestling. You're not going to get this from any other place. So let us know in the comments what sounded most exciting to you. Who's your favorite star from Southpaw Regional Wrestling? Let us know. But for now, guys, Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links down in the description. Send you all of our social medias. Be sure to click those links to help support JR as well.
Those are down there too. Those are more important than ours this go around, guys.
Yeah, very important this time around. For those of you that are watching the videos, you can check out this review along with Indie News, Rob Review, and Tuesday Night Live in podcast form over on the SoundCloud.
Link in the description as well.
For those of you listening on the SoundCloud, come back over here because now that we're getting to WrestleMania week, there's going to be predictions and stuff that you're not going to get podcast style.
No, so you have to come over to the YouTube, link in the SoundCloud description.
Also, you won't get podcast versions of everything that's happening over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
That's reasonable with the W, like...
Not regional.
Is there anybody that starts with a W on here? Wesley.
That one.
Pelton Wesley.
Yeah, so this week and next week I'm going to be editing a ton of videos that are all going to start coming out just before and a lot more after WrestleMania has come and gone. So go over there, check out what we've got so far. Let us know what types of stuff you want to see. Let us know what types of stuff you want us to continue doing. You can use the social medias, the comments there, or here to let us know what types of videos you want us to do. We're not doing punching, but we will be doing. We'll be getting caught up on our punishment videos for the backed pay-per-view predictions. We're going to be having something special for the WrestleMania prediction punishment thing that we're going to do. And a lot more to come. So check out the videos over there. Check out the videos here. Check out the podcast. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Mr. McElroy.
Christian Joy. I just can't.